There are 16,000 plus murders in a year in the United States, down from at least 25,000 in previous years. 70 to 75% of the people in the United States support the death penalty. 35 states have the death penalty on their records. Since 1976, at least a thousand people, at least 1,000 plus people have been executed. There are over 3,000 people on death row right now, at least 3,000, maybe at least that many. Right now, the death penalty costs millions of dollars for the state, per state, not including per inmate, over his a period of incarceration. These millions of dollars can be used for other programs like education, rehabilitation, and drug treatment. In California, there are about nearly 700 people on death row. The millions can be saved by commuting all death sentences. California by far has about 170,000 plus inmates. Its prison systems spends billions of dollars a year to keep these people behind bars. Waste of money. There are 3 chemicals that are used to execute people. One stops the breathing, the other 2 stops muscle contraction, basically blocking nerve signals from the brain. The end result is paralysis. The last chemical stops the heart, which this type of treatment is inhumane and cruel. This is called lethal injection. There is no difference between lethal injection, hanging, electric chair, gas chamber, and firing squad, and other forms of executions that are widely practiced worldwide. Only there are still 60 some countries that still practice the death penalty, that still use the death penalty as a means of as the ultimate punishment for specific crimes of the product of this. The death penalty is the product of an uncivilized, barbaric society. Wars have killed millions of people since the beginning of the 20th century. Now we're killing people with drugs, with lethal injection. Beginning of the 20th century, murder and killing are the same words. Same mean you take away a life. It means the same thing. The difference between murdering and killing someone is the same. It means the same thing. There's no difference. It means you're taking away a life, no matter how you candy coat it. Texas by far executes more people than any other state. At least 10 to 15 people a year are executed. A year, at least 80% of all executions take place in the southern states, in the South. The Old Testament mentality of an eye for an eye, that sounds like revenge to me. A good example is if someone hits you, of course you're going to want to hit back, but you're not going to execute them. I mean, I do not support the death penalty. First of all, it's cruel and inhumane. It costs millions of dollars. Taking a life does not bring back a life. That was taken. It's not a deterrent to any crime. It doesn't deter crime. People are going to kill regardless of whether there's a death penalty or not. Because our predisposition to violence and aggression is an inherited development. Is inherited throughout our stages of development. I will never support the death penalty because I don't believe that the state has the right to take anybody's life. and I believe that. I've never changed that approach. We spend too much money trying to execute people. We spend more money trying to execute people than we are trying to treat people or trying to rehabilitate them into a society. I mean, anybody that supports the death penalty needs to understand that it doesn't just affect the victims of that person's family being, it doesn't just affect the victims. It doesn't just affect the person being executed. It's his family that has to deal with the emotional burdens of the loss of their son or daughter. So, two rights don't make a wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. I always support life in prison. For at least murder. At least for the murder. I mean, we punish people for the death penalty. There are 60 crimes that are punishable by, at least 60 crimes in the federal system that are punishable by the death penalty. But I do not support anything, including treason and espionage and all. Those crimes are also punished by the death penalty. Military crimes are also, certain specific military offenses are considered are also certain are punishable by death. I don't support the death penalty in any shape or form, regardless. I feel that it should be completely banned. But who is to say? I don't make the laws. I obey the laws, but I don't have to accept the laws. I will obey every law unless it infringes on my personal rights or freedoms. The death penalty has no useful purpose. It serves no practical purpose, except for that it's basically used as an act of revenge. Justice is not revenge. Justice is punishing someone equally for a crime that has been committed. Revenge is based on a personal issue. It's based on getting back at somebody. Where there's revenge, there's no justice. Thank goodness I live in a state that does not have a death penalty. I can be thankful for that. I know the death penalty doesn't seem important to many people, but it does to me, in a sense, because I have morals against it. I have strict morals against the death penalty. I will never vote for it. I will never serve on a jury, which requires me to have to. I will never serve on a jury, which would require me to use the death penalty as an option. I can't understand people's mentality. I really don't. I understand that you need punishment. You need punishment. Yes, you do. You need punishment. Yeah, but not taking a life away. I believe in prisons. I believe in locking people up for a period of time, but not executing somebody. I don't care what the crime is. I don't care what the type of crime it is. It does not matter to me at all. It makes no difference to me what the crime is. I do not support the death penalty. I will repeat this again. Anybody out there it doesn't accept this, I can't control what people think and say. You have your opinion. If you don't believe in what I believe in, there's nothing I can do about it. It's your system, it's your belief system, not mine. Everybody is entitled to an opinion, and I do not support it. I may not agree with it, but it's your opinion. As far